And here I've chosen a bit different line. Normally I'll just check to the raiser, but I chose to make half a bet here, half a pot bet, and he raised me, and yeah, I will check at this point. There are a lot of draws out there, 2 flush draws for spades and the hearts, and yeah, also straight draw on the board. And he makes a big bet, but I will call him and check to him again. Let's see what he's doing here. He raised me on the flop, and he can do that with, again, many hands. And it's not a re-raise pot pre-flop, so I don't like this a whole lot, but I think I'm gonna have to call here. Okay, he did have flush and straight draw, so he did have a decent hand, but it's kind of a sick call here. But yeah, as I said, he's capable of making some sick plays, and he knows how to put pressure on his opponent.
Here I've got pocket 10s, so I'm going to make this 18, and I'm going to fold this 9-5. I got a call out of the big blind. This is a good flop to continuation bet on. A lot of high aces are in my range, and he min raised here, so now I have a choice. If I can either come over the top or let this go. I can't call here. I'm going to come over the top because I think he would do that with a hand like ace 10 or something around there. And now I'm just going to push. I don't think he can call without having ace queen plus, and I think he would have re-raised pre-flop with ace queen. And I got him to lay it down.
On the right here, like I said, he'd been 3-betting a ton. He's going to bet this flop with 100% of his range that he 3-bets with. So I don't ever expect him to check here. You know, if he has ace-king, he's obviously, he's going to bet it. If he has 9-8 offsuit, he's going to bet it. So I think no matter what, he's either going to bet get it in or bet fold. Now, how to play my hand the most effectively, if I had a complete bluff, like king 10, queen 10, king jack, queen jack, all those hands that I'm going to call a 3-bet with, I think I wouldn't effectively float the flop, meaning I wouldn't flat call the flop and try to take the pot away later. What I would do with those hands that have no showdown value and the hands that I'm bluffing with is I would raise the flop. I would make a small raise and fold to a shove. The reason I would do this is that when I raise him on this flop, essentially he can't continue without an ace. If he's not 3-betting with a good hand pre-flop like ace jack plus, then he's going to have to fold. So when I have 2 kings here, I'm going to value raise him because I feel like he 3-bets so much of the time that he's going to shove any pair that's inferior to an ace. He's going to shove, 7-8 for a gut shot. He's going to shove 5-7, 3-5. He might shove complete bluffs occasionally. And I feel an ace is such a small part of his range, combined with the fact that it looks like I'm bluffing so much because if I had a big ace, I would 4-bet him pre-flop. So like if I had ace king or ace queen, he's smart enough to know that I would 4-bet him pre-flop and get it in. So when I flat call pre-flop, he could eliminate those from my range. So essentially, when I raise the flop, my hand looks like a bluff, like a wide majority of the time. So I did opt to raise, get it in here. It does balance my range in the fact that I'm going to be able to bluff raise spots like this in the future, and it's going to be really tough for him to play against me. So I did make a small raise here, giving him a chance to go ahead and bluff at it. So I think right now he's thinking exactly what I was explaining before, that he realizes quickly that, wait a minute, he can't have a big ace. If he had ace queen or ace king, he'd 4-bet me. He's not going to value raise worse hands that much, so he stuck it in, had 2 7s, and snapped them off, and it worked out well.
I got a really nice flop, middle set, on a draw-heavy board, and I'm going for a check raise. He bets 300, and I make it 1025. It might be a bit large, but I want to build a pot here right away. We are almost 150 big blinds deep, and I don't think he's ever folding a king here, or a flush draw or a straight draw. So I just want to build a pot. And he's re-raising me again on table 1, so I'm obviously thrilled about getting it in here. And I shove. He calls, and he appears to have the king-queen offsuit. I don't really like his play, to be honest. As you can see, he has the king-queen without a heart. Put in a quick poker stove. If you take his hand, and I want to give myself a range when I get it in, they're like king 10, King 10 suited, pocket 10s, pocket 6s, a lot of combo hard draws, and maybe some ace high hard draws. I think that range is pretty accurate for me. And you evaluate it, you can see that his equity is only a little bit more than 36.5% against my range, and that's just too little in my opinion.
I think I'll ship the rest in. He may not be committed here. And King Jack's pretty big hand, heads up. Yeah, he's racing about, that's giving him a problem. He should have known, when you 3-bet there, you should know what you're going to do if you get 4-bet. Caught it with 3s, hold, 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 hold. That's how you win $65,000.
On the bottom left, it's a very strange situation since we're so deep that to get check raised on a Jack 6 deuce rainbow board, to me is very, very strange. His range really has to be polarized to sixes, a set of sixes, a set of deuces. I guess he can have a set of jacks, or just an airball that he's trying to bluff me off. And I feel like the overwhelming majority of the time he's trying to bluff me off here. When the turn hits what it is, I'm not going to back down. I'm going to trust my read. He makes a big bet to try to get me to fold whatever I might have. I'm just going to stick the money in. Obviously, this is almost a complete bluff. We do have outs to the nuts, I guess, and if he does just have jacks and sixes, I guess we have reasonable equity. But he did end up folding, so I really feel like he was just trying to make a move on me there.